going on? Drina.
Huh?
Drina. Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay than you.
I'm pretty good. Where you calling from?
Baltimore.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I used to live in Glen Burnie, Maryland. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I live in Baltimore,
That's cool.
Maryland.
That's
Mhm.
cool. That's cool. So I'm calling from Connecticut, but I'm from South Carolina. I'm originally from South Carolina.
Yeah, I want to
So
relocate down there now.
why
That's
everybody
why I
trying to
want to
go down
relocate.
south?
One thing is cheaper and it's more
Uh-huh.
space.
Oh yeah, it
It's
is.
too many
Uh,
people
some
here.
so-
And,
some people don't like that. When I meet people up here, they don't like nothing like spaced out like that. A lot of people don't like that, and I meet a lot of people that don't like that. I love that. You know what I
well,
mean. People
opposite.
keep to yourself.
And well, they said
Hmm.
opposite attracts. You only want what you don't have at that moment. But I
Yep.
lived in the city all my life, and I'm just tired of it.
Okay.
It's getting so bad up here that I stay in the house. I really don't go nowhere to work and back home.
So the
I
COVID's
don't
getting
go there.
bad. The COVID's getting bad, or the people are just getting it's just getting bad with the people up there.
I think it's a little of both.
Okay.
The more of the people than the COVID. My whole
Right.
family. My son passed in December, and he said no
Oh
repass,
no.
and all his friends showed up anyway, and it wiped out all of us. All of us
Say that
had
again.
the COVID. All of us had the COVID.
Wow.
They told people don't
Wow.
come, but his friends that he grew up with and had fun with, and they did everything together all their life. They showed up at the house before we even got back to the house. And
Right.
everybody in that house came up with the COVID, my whole family. I got an
So,
aunt still in the hospital since January.
oh my God.
I
I'm
have a
sorry to hear
sister
all that
that's
for
in
real.
the I got a sister's been in the hospital, nursing home, rehabilitation, whatever they want to call it, ever since last July.
From the COVID?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
so I
So when
don't
you
want to
had
go out really.
so when you had
Huh?
COVID, so when you had COVID, how did it make you feel? What's the symptoms of what you had
Oh
when you had
God. Well,
COVID?
mostly everybody lost their taste and smell. Their
Hmm.
taste and smell, but it's
Right.
just the the coughing, but you wasn't getting
Mm.
no rest. But it's the back pains. It was so much. I mean, it's just so uncomfortable. The pains in your back, the
Do you
fevers.
feel like do you feel nauseated? Do you had like diarrhea,
I didn't
you
have
know,
none. No, nobody really said they felt that way. But what it was is everybody just lost their strength. I spent so
right.
much money. I didn't lose my appetite because I really didn't lose my taste. But I couldn't cook nothing because I couldn't stand up long enough. I was just so weak. I
Oh wow.
barely wanted to even get up to go to bed. It's like a real bad case of the flu.
Mm. Mm.
Very bad case of the flu.
So how
Mhm.
long do you had it?
Well, I had quarantined for 13, no, 10 days, and then it got
Right.
worse. And I
Oh
went to
wow.
I had to call an ambulance, and they took me in and said I had COVID pneumonia. So I
Mm.
stayed in there for about 14 more days before they sent me
Yeah.
home, and I couldn't walk a block, without getting so tired and out of breath. So I just recuperated for about 3 weeks and back to work I went. And it was a slow process in going back to work.
Right. How long ago that was though?
Well, I've been back to work now for about 3 weeks. So
Three
it's
weeks.
it took
Okay.
it took it took like a month and a half,
Month and a half.
maybe a
Okay.
little bit
Okay.
more, maybe a month and 3 weeks, something like that.
So how do
It's only
so
been
so you've been back to work a month and 3 weeks? You say?
no, I was out of work. So I was already out of work because of the, unexpected death of my son.
Yes, ma'am.
He had a major heart attack and died, you know.
Wow.
But um
Wow.
but I've been back to work. Like I can tell you, I get paid weekly, and I think
Hmm.
I done got two I done got two paychecks.
Okay.
You know, um, I've
Okay.
been back to work
So
about 2 weeks. Hmm.
so how do you feel though? How do you feel like back to work?
Oh,
Do you
I
still
feel
feel a
great
little
now.
weak? Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
the
Okay.
time to come, but I'm great. I'm back to doing everything I was doing. Hmm.
Okay.
I
So
got my energy back.
do you believe someone with COVID can catch COVID again?
Well, that's the big controversy. You know, they said if
Hmm.
I get tested within 90 days, it's going to come up positive because I still had the COVID in me, but
Uh-huh.
it's not contagious after 14 days.
Right.
Some people say 10 days, but they want you to be on quarantine for at least 14 days.
Right.
And I
Right.
asked that question too, and they not really sure. They not really sure. So
Mm.
I just be cautious and don't be around too many of nobody.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, you definitely got to protect yourself. Wear a mask at all time when you're
Mhm.
around people and stand 6 feet. Yeah, definitely,
But I
definitely
don't have
understand
to
that.
stay at 6 feet because I ain't going around nobody. I
You
ain't
gonna be
going
by
around
yourself?
nobody.
You
You
huh?
go
You
to
don't
the
be around your family?
marketplace. No.
Mm, okay.
Oh, we don't, we supposed to be getting together. Everybody's ready to do it now. Take a
Right,
try
right,
to
right,
do it. And have a little
right.
game night together. But we had
Okay.
our circle small before this happened. You know,
Right.
we had our circle small. It was just us. My aunt,
Hmm.
my son, my little cousin, or my big cousin. He's like a
Yeah.
son to me, and just a direct immediate like that. So he knew where
Right.
everybody was and what everybody was doing. You know,
Hmm.
it was their funeral that did it. You know,
Right.
our people come, they take their mask, they have their mask on, and then they get to eat something, they pull their mask off. Then they got
Yeah.
to drinking, so their mask was off. Then by them
Right.
drinking, they forgot to put the mask back on, and you know, catching up on all the old times and karaoke singing, and I mean, I had a very good time at my son's because I seen so many people and his friends that I had to see since they was in teenagers and left. You know,
Oh
it
wow.
was very good to see them, but it wasn't worth
But
the
you say
price. I
everybody got
tell you,
sick?
everybody.
Oh wow.
I had
Anybody?
one
No
sister
one.
that did, I had one sister
Right.
that didn't get sick, and she got a
Hmm.
friend that just been rushed to the hospital with the COVID. She be with every day, and she still got tested, and she's not sick. I told her she got the antibody. I said I was going to
Yeah.
kill
So
her,
hey,
and
hey. Yeah. Some people immune system is like strong as hell. My
yeah,
wife.
that's why I want.
I, my wife. I never seen her sick a day in my life.
But see, that's what happened to my son. My son was 39, and he never got sick, never.
What?
And then the child never had a cold, nothing.
What?
He said he was feeling headaches and wasn't feeling too good, and he did go to the emergency room, and they told him to make sure he had a follow up treatment. They said it was something with
So
his heart, and by the
so he
time
passed
he
from.
got home, he didn't have time to go and get tested again.
So he passed
You
from
know,
COVID or because he had a heart attack?
a condition that went undetected.
Mm.
You know, but I got a friend. Their family was kept tight. It was a sister, a mother, with two sisters, and a mother and father. and a niece and two nieces, and they had a game night at their house and everything.
Mm.
And they came down with the COVID, and other than the older sister, everybody died
What?
from the COVID. The whole family passed. First the father, then the mother, then the other sister. You know, all of them died.
Jesus.
So it ain't no taking a chance. You know, just be patient, stay still. It'll be over soon,
Oh yeah.
hopefully.
Oh yeah. But I
You know.
believe that everybody, it might be over, but wearing a mask is going to be the new thing. It's going to be for a while. People still going to
Yeah, but
be scared and wear masks. I believe people are still going to wear masks. Well, masks going to be a part of your wardrobe. It is a part of our
yes,
wardrobe.
yes, because see, another thing, you look at those foreign countries like Japan and China, they've been ever since
Yeah,
the
they've been
swine
doing that.
flu came out,
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
been
they've been on
doing
that. They've been doing
they've
that.
been
You're
doing
right.
you know. So, and it's another thing too. I looked at a little history my son pulled up to me, and this kind
Yeah.
of disease or this fatal type of disease like this that's universal happens every 100 years.
Yeah, someone else told me something like that. It's
Yeah,
population control or something.
we had the whooping cough, we had we had what is it malaria.
The swan, yeah, yeah, malaria, and then it's hold up, it's like the Spanish flu,
Yeah.
right?
So we
And,
had this
and then it's
major one where it swiped the whole world. That
mm,
happens every 100 years. And people be saying that they did it on purpose and this, that. I don't give a hell how it got here. It could have came up here in a striped elephant. It's here,
yeah,
you
you're right.
know.
You're right.
Anybody should be able to
Yeah,
see a striped elephant. But it's here, so what we gonna do from here?
right.
You
So
know.
what are you
My
doing
mother
to
used
protect yourself? I didn't mean to cut you off. What your
uh,
mom used to say?
my mother used to say, um, it could have came here on the damn mosquito's ass, but it's here, but my my precaution my precaution is to just be vigilant of my surroundings, stay to myself. I
Right.
FaceTime a lot of my friends and family. We do that. We got group chats
Hmm.
and stay on the phone talking to family all the time because we still got two people in the hospital that are sick, you know.
Right.
Now
So in that,
my sister when
okay.
she first got sick in July, right after
Uh
July the
huh.
11th, and she's already on oxygen, she's already diabetic, she's already 67, and she went in the hospital for one thing. We thought it was her regular time to go in the hospital. She always in and out the hospital. But
Yeah.
we called 6 o'clock in the morning and they talking about somebody told us they were doing surgery on her. We like, what? Everybody jumped up and everything and come to find out they had to put a trach in her throat.
Wow.
And they had to put it in a twilight coma and flip her every 16 hours for months. We thought we lost her. But
Wow.
Nancy in there complaining about the food, cussing the nurses out. She ready to come home.
Yeah,
After she
I hear
fat,
that.
she
I hear
fat,
that.
A lot of people lose their mobility.
So let me ask you a question. Are you a type of woman that go to church? Do you go to church?
I can't go to church.
No, I'm not now. Not now. Not now. I'm saying,
Oh
people
yes,
that
oh
used to go
yes.
to church. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People that used to go to church are now doing like
We got.
Zoom meetings.
I was gonna say
Y'all
we
do a
do
Zoom meetings?
Zoom.
Okay, okay.
And then
No,
sometimes,
no.
which I like a lot, I just turn on my music in the morning and pray and
Yeah.
and pray I watch it on TV some mornings if I'm up
Right.
early enough because I done got lazy. On Thursdays and Sundays, I don't want to do too much of nothing. I'll cook dinner Sunday, which I'm in the
Uh
process
huh.
of doing now, so I won't be able to be on here long. I gotta check my
Okay.
macaroni
Okay.
and cheese. I'm making macaroni and cheese crab cakes and some cabbage or greens. I haven't made my mind because it's
Oh
getting
my
so late. It's
God.
probably do some. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Cook.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing right there. I wish I had some of that.
Yeah.
That sounds good. But yeah. Man, I know you got to go soon, but it was real nice talking to you. Like going to church. My mom is going to like the little Zoom meetings and stuff like that, and
If
it's
you don't
different
go to
from
church,
her. I used to. I was listen. I was going to church ever since I was born. You know what I mean? I'm one of them
mm-hmm,
kids that been in church ever since I was a little baby,
toddler.
all the way up to like what 20 24. Even when I was like 30, I went back to a church and I don't know. It's just weird, man. And people in church are just weird. I know you don't supposed to go to church for the people. You listen to the word, but there's too many devils in
Yeah.
the goddamn church, man. There's too many devils up there, man. I gotta go. It's too many. It's too many. I'd rather listen to the word.
But there's too many devils in the world. You could be sitting on the
Oh
bus
yeah,
stop and you got there by a devil. You could be talking to
yeah.
somebody that's supposed to be your best friend and come to find
Yes,
out
you're
that the
right.
devil didn't jump into him, or her,
Yeah,
you know.
but all the there's more. Hey, listen, there's too many devils all in one place. It's
Hmm.
like you already know. I'm not saying everybody, but what I'm saying is like this people are just weird, man. Some certain people come to church for a fashion show. Certain people come to
Yeah,
church
somebody
for
some
you know what I mean?
to get
It's
somebody's
weird.
man or get a man,
It's weird. That's why I
They
don't want to
do.
be around. I don't want to be around that. I'd rather be at my
You,
home, reading the Bible or looking at something on TV. I'd rather do something like that than be around so much. It's like a competition to some of these pastors, you know?
it is. But the church I go to, I know the pastor from years ago. But I know his wife.
Hmm.
I used to baby her first cousin and me are best friends all our life, and
Okay.
she introduced me to go to that church years ago, and I do
Right.
get on Zoom and watch him. Or sometimes I can't see him. I just listen to the word. Um,
Right.
but when I did, when we was able to go, it seemed like everything I was going through that week, that was the subject. And I was
It
like,
be like that.
wow, how can this be
It be
so
like
bad? But
that.
that's because of the connection I got with God. He always show
Listen,
up
it
for
be
me.
like
I had
that.
some rough times. I had some rough times and some hard times. It's not easy, and because I am a person that always had that connection with God, but I couldn't find
Right.
him. He never left me, but I just couldn't find him. And when I tried to change my life around, he was right there to
Uh huh.
grab hold of me, and he still does it now. Now I can have I say my words can be a sword because I will cuss you out. But I'll give you a
Right.
chance at the
Right.
chance. When you see me off the chain, my mother used to say all the time, what did they do to her? Because other than that, I'm a respectful person. Just don't build my nerve. I'm a fun person. They call me fun cousin. Every time somebody gets something, they want me to show up, and I show up and act out and karaoke, and I can't even sing. But I'll be the first one on that stage, and they videotape it and
I,
show it to everybody. We just be having some fun. Just
yeah.
have clean fun.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't do nothing. I used
That's
to do
good.
all that stuff, and I mean all that stuff. But I changed my
Right.
life around, and God just been right there. You know, I can
That's
go to
that's
bed and
good.
pray, but I call out to God every day, though, not just when I'm in some trouble or can't find my way. I thank Him for the
Right.
adversity because it shows me my strength. Because some things I thought I couldn't get through, I got through. you know.
Right.
I thank him for that. And when things ain't doing good, I like, okay, this is another way you trying to show me to figure it out. And I figure it out. You know,
That's what's
and
up. That's what's up.
you look at it like that. Your adversities, you should welcome them. Because they show you your strength. The things you think you can't get through, can't get past, just pray on it. And then leave it alone and get out of God's way. But you got to be true. You got to be true, you know. God, I messed up. I cussed this lady out. I didn't mean to, but she forced me. So I couldn't tell her I'm sorry, so I'm telling you. You know, that's not who
Right.
I am. And he forgives me.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. If you repent, yeah, you'll forgive. Definitely.
And it got to be true, though.
Definitely.
It ain't got to be no words. You can't wait till something go bad and say, oh, God, help me. No, you got to start to
It's
help.
a lot.
Thank you when your things are going good. And, you know, you got to
Yeah, it's a
build
lot.
it back.
A lot of people. It's a lot of people. A lot of people that do that.
But
Whenever
I don't go
bad
around,
times.
yeah, I don't go around preaching the word. But don't ask me how God got me where I'm at, because I'm going to tell you, because I'm supposed to share my experiences, you know, so maybe somebody else can learn from my mistakes and from my triumphs too. You know, maybe
Right.
somebody else
So
can learn from it.
so so living in Baltimore, living in Maryland. I know you've seen some crazy stuff all the years
Look,
you lived in Maryland. Are you?
I have
Hmm?
been in the middle of some crazy stuff. But like I said, I changed
Right.
all of that years ago, and I like this side. I like the side I'm on now, you know. But yeah,
Right.
and you see
Do
some
you
crazy
remember?
stuff almost every
Uh,
day.
do you like remember any like crazy stories that you ever been involved in, or it can don't have to be nothing crazy. It could be something. It could be something positive. You don't have to be nothing negative.
But see,
Just something like
the thing
uh,
that makes it my negative things, I try to, well, you can't figure out God's plan, because his plan was for you to
right,
go through exactly what you went through. But it's the decision
right,
you make after something negative that counts, you know. So I look at a
right,
lot of my negative stuff, and then I stand in the middle of my living room or my bedroom, or just look in the mirror at myself, and I say, wow, you made it. You came a long way, because a lot of my friends have gotten shot and killed. Like when my son died, he was out there doing things, you know, for years. And then he slowed down somewhat, but he, you know, and I used to wake
right.
up in the middle of every night, screaming or crying or calling them to see where he at, calling my sister, have you seen him? This and that, never. I just had a bad dream about JR. So it was, I I took it when we found him in his home, you know, deceased. I said, well, thank you, Lord, that no man took him, that I didn't have to walk past a
Right.
bloody street, seeing my son laying in the street or anything. You know, I found the positive in that, you know.
So he
It was
wasn't
his
like on
time.
drugs. He wasn't on drugs or nothing like that. He died of natural causes.
Yeah, he sold them though. And
Okay.
then he stopped selling the actual drugs and started just selling weed, you know. But I'm just so blessed that he didn't yeah, well, we found some stuff that alleged that he was still doing the drugs too. But you know, living that lifestyle ever since you was a teenager, and to die fast and quietly in your own home, you know,
Hmm.
wow, you know, that was, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to go at all, but I didn't expect to.
So
I thought that somebody was gonna walk up to him and blow his brains out. Bottom line,
wow,
bottom line, you know.
wow.
So I was
He was out there
grateful.
like that.
I had to
He
find
was
some
out there like that though.
positivity in all of it. No, he didn't go down like that. I ain't gotta wait for the
No, no, no.
policeman to come and talk to me, and no courts and hearings, and you know his friends
That's
been a, somebody. If somebody would have hurt Jr. that way, it was going to be a chain reaction, because his friends was going to go after them.
right,
You know, bottom line.
right.
So he was put to rest with me having a clear conscience on the way he died. You know, I accepted it, because we all here on a loan, and you best
Yeah.
remember it. You can change your life around all you want. You have a debt to pay to God. You know, you have a
So
debt.
So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a weird question. That's not a weird question, but it's a question that a lot of people would, want to know, and I want to know your perspective of it. Like death, like dying and going to heaven and or going to see God. You're going home when you pass. Everybody say you're going home. What do you believe
My
what a
perspective,
person
my
sees?
perspective,
Your perspective, yeah.
my perspective of that is that nobody died and came back and told me nothing. You know, I believe that
Right.
we can live hell on earth. I
Right,
believe there's
right,
a
right.
hell on
I
earth.
believe that,
You know,
and I believe that
and
too.
once you leave this earth, I don't know no great deal about heaven. I think that's where you find your peace. Is once you die, you
Hmm.
find your peace because you don't have to live through hell no more. But a lot of times
But
I
do
think
you,
anything's better than the way and the things I see and the way I have lived. Anything's better than when I'm pained up about something, you know. But I just, that question is still a big question mark because I don't know nobody that came back to life.
right,
I know
right,
a couple of people, and including myself, let me tell you that much, including myself, I got caught up years ago in that outside world with the drugs and hanging out and this, that, the other. But once I paid that debt, because God stripped me from everything.
right.
He even stripped me from me because I didn't even recognize who I was at sometimes. And once
Yeah.
I went through that pain and got my life together, and made amends, and knowing that I couldn't have got through that without him, it was my
Hmm.
time to leave. I broke that bondage. And now he's right here with me. So this could be my heaven because I'm not, what I think is a bad day, it's nothing compared to what it was when I was out there. So this could be my heaven on earth, for him to accept
Right.
me and forgive me, and for my family to forgive me, and moving on. But never do I forget, not near a day that I had out you know.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes I go overboard with making amends because I done hurt so many people in my decisions that one day, that led up to
Yeah.
years. So I don't know about when we die. That's my perspective of it all.
I feel you.
That's a good thing to believe. It's a good thing to believe that if you do the right things, you're going to heaven. That's a
Oh
good
yeah.
way to look at it. Maybe that'll keep you on
Yeah.
the straight and narrow road of doing
Right.
things bad. But I don't believe in what you call bad people. I believe in people that do, the people who got caught up doing bad things. We can do
Right.
bad things and still be a good person.
Oh yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Hey, well, hey, listen, I appreciate talking to you. I'm gonna give you a follow, and you can follow me on here anytime, and we can have a conversation anytime. And I appreciate the
Okay, you
conversation.
call my name out. I'm looking at your avatar, but I don't see your name. What's your name?
Retro, Retro the
Richo.
podcast, Retro.
Oh, okay, I see it. I see it now. I didn't know what that was. And it says bright as day. You're the first person I
Oh,
talked to this one. My girlfriend
okay,
sent me
well,
this
hey,
thing.
well, listen, it's gonna be some kids and people playing on here, but you can definitely talk to some positive people on here.
I believe so
It's a
because you
good way.
seem to be a blessing. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you asking me those questions because I'm always straight up and honest about things. I don't, I am who I am. I did what I did, and God
Hmm.
came with a lot of work and rescued me. And I'm so ever grateful for just that, for just that. And I
Definitely,
don't take one grace for granted. If I ain't laying in my bed watching TV, I'm at work or in my kitchen. Bedroom to kitchen,
I hear
bedroom to
that.
kitchen, because I like to cook. That didn't sound
I
right.
hear that. Well, I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
uh
Hey,
And
listen,
I'm
hey,
family
you have a blessed.
oriented. I love to be
Definitely.
around my family and friends. I gotta get out of here. You know, we planning on
Well,
something
well,
now.
well. This app right here is good for people that love to conversate and love to talk. And since the COVID-19 situation is going on, this is a good outlet to meet different people. And I
Yes, it
definitely
is.
blessed. It definitely blessed to talk to you, man, for real. And like I said, I appreciate talking to you. And anytime you see me on here, we can have a
I'll
conversation.
get you. I'll get on there with you.
So
Yeah. Same
definitely.
thing to you,
Hey,
okay?
all right. Hey, you have a good one now.
You too. Bye bye.